Hello there, it's Tracy Elsom here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in Canada. Earlier this week I designed a teepee card that I put on my blog for the What Will You Stamp challenge this week, and this is the card that I created. So it's three-sided and I used the Delicate Details stamp set for the edges. So that's what I created. But it's a bit of a challenge to make the teepee card actually fit inside an envelope. So on my blog I showed you this diagram of how I've cut and scored my card in order to make it fit inside the envelope. What normally happens when people are making teepee cards is you cut a piece, you fold it, you do it on the diagonals, and you fold it like that, and you fold it over to give you the first two legs. So one side comes round and the other side comes round, and then you flip that over and you add one more piece to create the teepee style, which is great, but unfortunately once you've stuck those together you can't actually put it into an envelope. So what I do is I've created some extra folds here and here, and I've trimmed a little bit off these two edges so that when it folds in, you stick those two pieces together, one of the sides looks like that, and you can see where the pieces go in. And the reason I've had to chop a little bit off is because when you fold it, it tucks inside and will actually fold properly. So what I want to do now is just show you how I'm going to finish off this card. I'm using Moon Baby as my stamp set. I'm just going to very quickly just stamp the stars from Moon Baby. I'm using Delightful Dijon ink, which is one of the 2015-2017 ink colours that are actually going to be retiring very shortly. So there's my stars. And then on the additional piece, this is the second leg or the third leg, I'm going to stamp all over this piece because all of it is going to be visible. There we go. That's a little bit of a gap there. Let's add an extra star there. So to assemble the card, it's very easy. We put adhesive down this side. Don't need a lot. And down this side. And those two pieces fold in on each other. Hopefully you can see that. And they just stick together like that. So I'll just press that down, give that a chance to stick nicely. Then the third leg just uses a little bit of adhesive up here. And that just sits over the top to create that third leg. And that's the basic teepee shape created. So I'll leave that for the moment and I'll finish off my sentiment. So I've got the sentiment from Moon Baby set and I've stamped it onto some Whisper White card using basic grey archival ink, and it's the baby with the umbrella, and the Hello Baby sentiment is separate, so I've just stamped those two. So I'm going to use an aqua painter to colour these, and when I use the aqua painter I tend to have just a little reservoir of water. This happens to be a candle holder, so I've got that with a little bit of water. I just dip my empty aqua painter in, dry it off a little bit on some paper towel and pick up some ink that I've squeezed onto the inside of the lid. So I'm just going to very quickly colour our little cute baby's hair, and I'm going to do the umbrella as well. Now with Whisper White, it's not actually designed to use with watercolouring, so you have to be fairly quick, and it's another good reason for not using water inside the aqua painter, because it would soak the card and the card would pill up and not look very nice. So that's the Delightful Dijon finished with. A little bit of Blushing Bride here. Make sure the brush is nice and clean, and just add a little bit of water there. So just a tiny bit of pink on the little baby. Let's give him some rosy cheeks. There we go. What a cutie pie. And then this is Mint Macaron, another one of the ink colours that is retiring shortly. And the same thing, just dip the brush in the water just to make it a little bit watered down. And there he is. And add a little bit more colour just underneath the arms there, a little bit round his bottom. There we go. And there he is, all coloured. Okay, so to attach the sentiment onto the teepee card, what I'm going to do is, where we have that join, I'm going to push it inside, and that's how it will fit into the envelope. We have a standard Stampin' Up medium envelope there, and the teepee card will fit into the envelope like this. Obviously if you put it that way, it doesn't quite fit, it's a bit of a squeeze, so I tend to work with it just at an angle. We'll put a couple of dimensionals on the back of the card, the sentiment, and then you can add that to the teepee card. And then once you've got it stood up, you can see how pretty that looks. Now the only thing left to do is to finish the envelope. I do like to decorate my envelopes as well, and I often do the flap. So what I tend to do is to get a piece of scrap paper, tuck the envelope right up against the edge so it protects the whole of the envelope, and then I'm going to use the same starry stamp that I used before just to make the envelope flap coordinate with the card itself. And And doing it this way, I can safely go off the edge and not actually get anything on the envelope itself. When I pull it out, there I have an envelope flap all decorated with a card ready to go inside. So I hope that's helped explain how the teepee card is made and how I've altered the design of the traditional way of making it so that it will actually fit into an envelope and you can close it up and mail it, and you're not asking the person receiving it to stick it all together, which is often what happens. And I'm going to put this on my blog so you can see the card when it's finished, and all the supply lists will be there as well. So I hope that's been helpful. I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.